Well, hello there, only one Kenobi here, only one. It's time to open this package here, which has been sent by a good friend of mine, Lau, who is a Patreon supporter, and he has sent some wonderful things in the past, but this is something he has created. I can't wait to see it. He has an Instagram, and I'd like to give that a shout now, and I'll leave a link to that below. Check out his Instagram. He is a really talented guy, and he's got a great Star Wars collection, and he's made these wonderful pieces. I think this is one of them. I do have an idea what it might be. Actually, I'm lying to you because he asked me. So he has been trying to send this for a few weeks, but was worried about how the item would survive in the post. So hopefully, fingers crossed with me here, ladies and gentlemen, that this is still intact. Let's do it. Right, so there we are. Let's take this top layer off now. This top lid. And see what we have. Looky what we have here. So that will now go out the way. And it's just so exciting. I don't know what this is. And let's find out though. I see, he's got it that way round. Right, so this, yeah. He's obviously been trying to think about the best way to send it to me, which will survive the postal service. I mean, this is special delivery sent, so thanks for doing that. But also, I need to do a video on this as well. I had something I sent special delivery that was a vintage 80s item. It got destroyed in the post, which was sad. Oh, wow. Look at this. That is awesome. That is just bizarre. That just looks like pure volcanic charred, not ash, but magma, hardening magma. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. The wall there is something that you don't see necessarily in the film, but that is great for a shelf. That, I wonder which shelf, where am I going to put it? But I know exactly which figures I'm going to put on that. That is awesome. Look at the way that he's done that. Like, I would never know how to make anything like this. Look at that, with the light coming off it. And I'm going to get some figures onto this. I'm going to go handheld in a minute, so you can see what he's gone for there. It's just like a back. Yeah, if it's a diorama, I see where he's going with this. It's a back-plated diorama, because otherwise you'd just have a surface, wouldn't you? So with this, at least you've got the background reflects the planet and the terrain of Mustafar as well. And I suppose, yeah, there were banks going up, aren't there? But they kind of go off onto the horizon. Whereas this is obviously more like the walls of... it's like more of a 90-degree sort of angle, that, isn't it? Which is probably not necessarily what you see in the film, but it gives you that flavour of that scene. Let's go handheld. Let me show you what is going on down here. That is awesome. I don't know how you did it, man. You need to get some videos out, Lau, with your to match your Instagram. Show us how you do this stuff. I mean, look at that. Such a clever way of... Look at that for lava. That's really good, isn't it? That's like a really shiny... It looks like... what did I say? Crossed my mind before. Just a paint that's just gone solid, man. Look at that. That's brilliant. I can't wait to take some shots of this, man, on Instagram. I hope I'm doing it justice. Here we've got the tone of the shot just changed. That's just automatic camera function for you. There you go. Look at that magma pool there. And you've got, like, if you were doing Instagram shots, you see you have that there, and that is your good background there. Fills the space. I'm going to get my Anakin and Obi figures in a minute. Because I have those two figures, and on my shelves they look rubbish. They've got no environment around them. I mean, I need to tidy these shelves. But see that there? That's pretty cool. I've got something that depicts something you didn't see in the film. You know, before, you know, he says, get a medical capsule immediately. So at some point somebody must have picked up Anakin, and I assumed it would be one of the troopers unless the Emperor did it. So I like this, but I've got nothing really for... Mustafar's tricky because it's very specific, but this is great. all these features on here, man. So again, I'm dying to know how you made it, what things you used, paints, materials. So to go with your new Instagram, my friend, I think you should get yourself a YouTube channel. This will interest any diorama makers out there. To name a few, Daniel Chart, IB3D. This has obviously not been 3D printed. This is a handmade project, man. Look at that. I like that, man. Charred surface and terrain of Mustafar. Must go to the Mustafar system. Wipe out Viceroy Genry and the other separatist leaders. And here is the back. Look at that. I don't know how to describe it. It just looks like it's just charred, isn't it? I mean, you could chuck a piece of wood on a fire and pull it out and it would look like that. But to make that is just another level of skill that I would not know how to do it. But that is brilliant. It looks like it will smell smoky, but it doesn't. But I wonder what these are supposed to be like. What did you have in mind? I'm assuming you just wanted a background. But these are almost like towers of some sort. And you don't lie it the other way. This is the base. But I'd almost prefer them to sort of like go at more of an angle that way. I don't know, but no, it's fine. It works. It's great, man. It's a backdrop. It's a diorama. Right, I can't. Enough of this babble, man. Let's get some figures on it. Let's just have another look at it like that. Look at that. Aha. See that? That's just like that is like a channel of lava, that. I'm going to stop babbling in a minute and get some figures on this. Look at it from that angle. I'm going to mount the camera. I'm going to show you the figures I'm going to choose as well. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, I'm going to be using this Anakin here. Not this specific one. I've got several of this figure. I've got a few. I've got more than one. More than two, actually. I've got one that's actually up. Used to be up there. The top shelf there used to just be dedicated to prequels lightsaber fights, of which I had Anakin and Obi just stood together over there doing not much, just facing off against each other. Now I can have them facing off against each other in the correct environment. Where are they? Bear with me. I have got here an Anakin figure, which I head swapped. This is one of these god-awful, it's a shame this figure actually, it's got a swivel wrist, the worst type. But for just standing there like he does, when he says, "This is the end for you and my master," this wasn't the correct head for that figure. That's the head of the VC-13, that. But I took it off. The one that came on this was another one. It's not a very good Anakin. It's this one here. I have it in a diorama, or on my shelf, facing Dooku, because it doesn't look like Anakin very much. That's that head there. It's alright, but man, there's better Anakin figures than that. Let me show you a really good Anakin figure, if you are not aware. My favourite Anakin figure in the entire world is this one. I just think that absolutely nails Hayden Christensen. I've talked about this figure many times. If you're new to my channel, go seek out other videos. Look for concept art Anakin. So I did a head swap on these two. And this one was the one I used to have facing off with Obi-Wan, because he's got that angry face. And he just needs his hands by his side, just like he is on that card back for VC-13. All I need now is an Obi. It's got this generic sort of Obi-Wan here. I failed you, Anakin. I failed you. Firstly, I'll just put them on with stands just quickly. Yeah, man. I'll take them off the stands in a minute because you won't be able to see the surface they're on, but I just want to just put them into the space. That's awesome. Let's go in on that. Wow. Just don't know where I'm going to put it now at this point in time. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I'll find somewhere. That's great. If it was just a fraction small, this is no criticism, Lau, because you've sent me this, you've made me this, you have provided this. and I love it. But if there was one criticism, I'd make that lower. If anything, then I'd be able to fit it on this lower floor here, just underneath the Revenge of the Sith stuff. That's just one gripe I'd have. But let me know what you were thinking with this. I presume that's just 2 pieces, but I'd have it just all one height, personally. But still, that looks great. Look at that lava flow there, man. How did you do that? That's great. Wow. Would it be good if it lit up, man? Get some lights on that, maybe. Put some lights behind here, maybe some LEDs or something. Have it shine in that way. Maybe it would... Yeah, who knows, man? That's great. Okay, I'm going to get them off these stands and just get them stand... Yeah, look at that, man. I'm going to get them off the stands. Have them freestanding. Almost done. I was going to say you could put this Anakin in there and have a kind of an expanded universe slant on it, because even from sideways on, looking towards Obi, it's so like Hayden Christensen. That head sculpt, Hasbro, what are you thinking? Why didn't you keep using this head forever? The hairstyle of that, it's just so like what he looked like in Revenge of the Sith. But still, what we've got is, even though I do like the VC-13, there's parts of it that don't look like Hayden, but you know what I mean? He looks... I can't put my finger on who he looks like, but he's got those great eyes though. But there you are. I've got them freestanding there now. It's much better. I'm going to have a mess around with this, man, get them in the best position. And there's Obi-Wan just looking at his former Padawan. You know, how did we get here? You know, god damn. Look at that. That's a nice shot, just right there. With the flow between them. Excuse the contrast, because it's just the way I try and fiddle. But that is amazing. I like that. This piece is great. Amazing. That's great, man. Look at that. That is just a key moment in Star Wars, isn't it? That fight calms down, we have a little bit of dialogue. I love that. I think I'm going to leave it there, man. I think I've covered all bases. I'll have a play around with it myself, see if I can try switching the figures around, different poses. I quite like Anakin on the right hand side, actually, because this figure looks better looking that way, I think. Look at that, that's better. In fact, you know what, since I've mentioned that, before I leave you, I'm going to switch them back as I had them before. Bear with me. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there, man. That's it. I think I prefer it that way around. Let's have a close-up look at the faces here. So there's Hayden. I think he looks way better from that angle. See those yellow Sith eyes. You can there's so many different figures you could try in this diorama. There's Obi-Wan. I like the head sculpt of that one. They could do with redoing all these figures, man. They could definitely do with doing another Kenobi body. Getting it right. Still, there you are, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have enjoyed that video. Thank you so much, Lau. There are my thoughts on this. It's brilliant. I can't wait to see some more of your work. Shelf-friendly pieces and dioramas. Fantastic. And do check out his Instagram. It's LauLauSW. And I'll leave a link to that beneath in the description of this video. And I really hope you have enjoyed looking at this piece as I have enjoyed showing it to you. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one. Out.